the last topic I like to talk about is something called a family protection trust or a beneficiary protection trust. You did all this great work to protect your assets for your kids, and they blow it. Here's what happens. Hey, honey, guess what? I just inherited $500,000 from mom. She just died. I got $500,000. Let's buy a bigger house together. And they buy a bigger house together. They commingle all this money. And then 3 years later, they get divorced. Half of everything you just worked for will go to your son-in-law or daughter-in-law. If you want to make sure that the money you're giving your kids is protected from their divorces and their stupidity, you can't give it to them in the first place. Instead, and I have this in my will for my kids, and I haven't met my daughter-in-laws and son-in-laws yet. I'm not sure if anyone would want them, but that's a different story. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I don't leave the money to my children directly. Instead, what I do is I put the assets in a trust for them. So let's say you have 2 kids, a son and a daughter. At your death, half will go into trust for son, and half would go into trust for daughter. The son is the trustee of the son's trust. The daughter is the trustee of the daughter's trust. But they need a co-trustee. So the son's co-trustee is the daughter, and the daughter's co-trustee is the son. Now, to get them, so let's go to the son now. For the son to take money out of his trust during the rest of his life, he needs the consent of his co-trustee, his sister. His sister says, Mom would never want you to take money out for that car. It's too fancy. Brother could say, sign now, or I'm going to fire you. In other words, each of the kids can fire their co-trustee at any time and replace them with an independent co-trustee, which could be a best friend. Can't be the spouse. It can't be a child, but it can be a best friend. So know that because your kid can change the trustee at any time, they can always find a trustee that will do what they want. And they can take money out whenever they want. But if they get divorced, all they have to say is, sorry, honey, all my money's in my parents' trust. This is not my money. It cannot be split in a divorce. It could also give them complete creditor protection and probably estate tax protection as well. Also, let's say your daughter inherits the money, and 30 years later she dies and she leaves it to who? Her husband and his next wife. If you want that money not to go to the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law, you want it to go down to the grandchildren, this trust will do that also. In other words, your kid will be able to use all the money while they're alive, easily to get it out, and upon their death it goes to the grandchildren and not to the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law. That's a family protection trust. It's one of the most popular things going on in estate planning today.